So tonight Antics we're actually heading over to John's house to have a look at his S15 mirrors for him, and just basically they got GKtech ones and it's still a bit funky, so we're going to try and fix that, so bear with me, we'll head over there now. Abuse about baldiness, hello. Arrived at Casa de John here, as we can see. Absolute mess as usual, but he blames everybody else, so. And as per usual, his car's battery's dead, and we're now standing out in the freezing cold waiting for him to start it. And another night in the Wild West. Oh, there's a flicker there. What are you saying, John? This isn't your first time?
This is not my first rodeo.
Oh, there's another sign that you're in John's area. The sound of them. Bad boys. Bad boys, bad boys. And everyone here. Those are probably his spurs. Are they your spurs, John? Those are just spurs, those are rough ones.
They are.
Alright, so that's the way they sit standard. They're a wee bit up in the air and a bit. You can tell like they're fake, like, can't you? That's the only reason why we sort of change them. That's why John puts me through the heartache.
It's not heartache, you enjoy it.
Gets me out of the house, keeps me out of the latest road.
She loves that.
So, yeah, just original plan is sort of to cut it in here, and then I have to cut this here, and then that'll let that sort of swing down into the bottom. But I have to cut the top too, just to sort of keep it in tight so it's not sticking away out in the reshape. New cage, my goodness. Fancy. What colour's the cage going?
I'm thinking maybe like a candy red.
Candy red?
Just because
you're awkward and nothing can just be a flipping gloss colour.
Yeah. It has to be nice and shiny and hot boy.
I was over because I had a good look at Yasser's cage there the other day.
Yeah.
And it looks cool, like this black with
Black with
the
flake.
flake and all looks well. So about 10 minutes of chopping. Chop the old base plate, chop the old bits of mirrors off, and have a wee quick mock up. Don't worry, John, those there screws aren't going to be still in it. Unless you like it like that, like Yasser does.
Leave it like that, yeah.
That's Yasser style.
Yeah.
So
That's another good screw.
Keep her PG. Ollie watches these. So that's it sitting now, nice and level. And then, that's the other side, that's the way there it's nice at. 2 bunny ears. So, well, we think it's well worth the effort.
Yeah.
So it definitely seems to be.
It's cheaper than buying real ones.
Yeah. And, like, I think like John would be happy enough like that. They're solid, like that's not going anywhere.
Just leave it like that.
And still an area of visibility. And yeah, so next up is do the same the other side and take them away with me then, and hopefully we can get them some sort of shape to where they fit. And it's always where you bring them over and then you go to put them on, like not bolt on, start hitting things. Like, it's alright, we'll just ding the door, make it fit.
Just start fucking getting the hammer out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll cut the mirror along the body line here, just to keep it so then the mirror stays the same angle. The mirrors are actually different on each side, so then you need to make sure whenever you cut them, you're not cutting the wrong angle, and then you'll not be able to see behind you. So we'll give her a wee shot here. 3 weeks later. Don't want to wreck your good solid wood table here, John.
All these benches around here full of crap, and we have to use a wee rickety table to cut this.
So eventually got cut through the mirror. Not the quickest with the old hacksaw. And then I think it was that long John actually fell asleep, so I couldn't even video what I was doing anymore. And I just had to stick some screws in it and do a runner. And so yeah, we're back at SkillFab, as you can see. A unicorn sitting there that nobody ever really sees anymore. Back here, plan is to get the mirrors sanded down a wee bit just to help the epoxy glue stick to it, and then we will glue them together, and I'll just show you basically a quick how-to and how I'm going to glue them together and stuff and what I'm using. So I see our camera isn't doing my chins any favours. Edit that out, Yazzer, can you? And so basically take the mirrors, a bit of sandpaper that you have lying about, and I'm gonna key up the around this here area where the bonder's gonna be, just so it actually sticks to the surface. If you don't do that, yes, it will hold it, but it's a good force and it'll actually just break it off in one big clump. So bear with me here. Very lightly keyed up, really. There's gonna be the main bulk of it really going in and actually getting in around all the bumps and lumps and bumps and grooves, and then that'll help hold it. And you can see this here one here has a wee bit of a gap to fill there, so I'm gonna use maybe a bit of cardboard or something underneath just to stop all the bonder actually falling through, and then you just end up with a pile of bonder where you don't actually need it. So yeah, next up is we'll get that there set down, a wee bit of bridge material in there, and then we'll get a bit of bonder. There we have the main gaps of the bridge stuff from underneath, and then the bonder nozzle. I'll just go in here and we'll fill that wee gap up there between there. Screw stays in because it'll actually provide a bit of extra grip, and then once it's all hardened, just nick the actual head of the screws off with a grinder. Bonder we're using is body adhesive, which is actually a BMW 2-part panel bond for fixing new panels, because BMW are all riveted and bonded on. There's no metal, or no welding in them anymore. That's how strong that is. So like your quarter panels, front panels, back panels and stuff are all held on that there stuff now. It's the main structural side of things, and then just a wee gun like this, a wee gun like that in work that I use. Just chop wee nozzles and stuff, and pump a load in. You got to pump it up. Minor discrepancy now, that there is uneven sized, whereas you can see that there is even. So that there bigger one doesn't actually fit in the gun. So had to figure out a way just to push it out by hand then, which won't be fun. Just to fill the rest of it, I'll just pump that wee tube on the board and I'll mix it together like a bit of isopon nearly. So as you can see now, source of the gaps are filled in, all pumped full of resin, and that's the BMW stuff. There's more issues to fill in the worst of it down there. It's not even really to fill in the gaps, it's more just to give it a proper bond between the plastic and stuff. See, it's a bit of a mess, but quick skip for the die grind or whatever, and that'll soon be sorted. So this stuff dries pretty instantly. That's near hard already. This stuff here will take maybe 2 nights, especially in the cold, before it's fully cured. So that's whenever I'll come back out to look at it. So now they're bonded up, I'm gonna head on in and let them harden up for a couple of days. See you later. Left that light on. That always looks cool doing all that there shit, but you realise you're gonna have to come back to your phone, because what else are you gonna do whenever she's watching Hollyoaks? Like, watch it as well, definitely. So back in the garage tonight, just to check up on how the mirrors turned out, see if they're fully dried and stuff. Roughly cleaned up there, you can see they're already looking a lot better, not just as rash. This here's just all keyed up with the belt sander, so the fiberglass matting will stick to the plastic. So the next thing is get some fiberglass sheeting cut into wee strips, just ready for piecing into the different places, bridging up wee gaps and things like that, just so you're not filling big voids like that with eyes upon if you can avoid it. Doesn't really matter like if there is a bit of a gap, like, but ideally you want a bit of fiberglass there. It'll be a bit stronger and it'll be less prone to cracking then as well. So first of all, have to remember gloves, because these fiberglass fibers will leave you itching into next week. So gloves on first, if you remember. If you don't, too bad. You all know what it's like when you go into your wrist space. It's basically like that. So yeah, just take fiberglass matting and then just cut it into sort of useful strips. That's it's a wee bit coarse. That's more like a bridging sort of. You can really see it. Maybe that'd be better. You can see it's quite coarse. You can get finer stuff, but you have to use what you've got. Quick thing I had to do before getting the fiberglass on was actually let's see, is notch out that inner base plate. As you can see there, I've actually had to go through it, just because by the time that there wee line base plate there, you just go straight, so by the time you get that fiberglass and stuff, it would probably close that there hole up a bit. It's a wee bit more work and stuff, but it'll probably be worth it in the end. Plus, John's a fussy beep word, and if I give it back to him and there's no holes in his Ganadaves, then I'll be straight back in the door for some warranty work. So wee tip for me would be, make sure you cut more than enough fiberglass sheeting, because last thing you want is to run out of sheeting whenever you're in the middle of doing your fiberglass patching in. Next thing your hands are all sticky and stuff, and you're an absolute nightmare if you run out. So cut way more than you need. Cut loads of bits, small bits, big bits. All the bits. And that's a fiberglass itching already. So just make sure you get them all cut out first, and then it means once you're starting to resin, you don't need to go back to cutting again. First off, whenever you can find a brush in the garage, go in, steal one of your son's paint brushes. Really good, real handy for getting in around all the wee areas, doing a bit of dabbing. Absolutely mint. Next thing is we're going to mix up our resin, just a wee dollop there in the bottom of a good old chopped tomato tin. Resin, wee touch of hardener, just give that a quick mix up, try and get it all nice and even. Try not to let it sit about too long as well before you start, sort of mad panic mode now. First off thing to do is give everything a quick coat. It means then that anything that it sticks to and that the resin goes on to will have a chance of, or sorry, the matting goes on to, will have a better chance of sticking. So just make sure you give it all a wee quick coat. Literally, this stuff is notorious for being super messy, so don't worry if it makes a big mess. You just it's all needs to be sanded down again at the end anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then once you got them two done, try and get some resin onto your matting. Again, there's 100% a better way to do this, but I'm not that experienced in it, so yeah. So just try and slot that in there. This is filling the main bulk of that there void in there. Yeah, sweet. Might actually be able to trim that there. What's the chances of this trimming? Very slim. Come on, flower scissors. You can do it.
Yeah, boy.
Right? Don't recommend that, because those scissors will probably never cut anything ever again. But try and get that there stuck down up there then. So I'll not bore you with doing all this here. So we'll cut to the end when I get all the matting done. While waiting on them drying, may as well do something productive. They've been putting off for weeks. Change some spark plugs in the 1J. Spark plugs done. Absolutely livid. Took me so long to change the plugs that my free Malwams that came in my box are pretty much no longer edible. I say pretty much because it is me after all. Probably give them a go anyway. that's what I mean about the mess. Like all those wee bits sticking up, and all those bits will be all cut off or shaped, sanded, and then this needs to be the eyes upon then finish off. But you can see there, gives you a rough idea of the shape anyway. Back out to the mirrors again. Pushing on now to try and get them finished off so they don't drag on too long. There's not really a whole lot of work left. You can pretty much get hammered through it with the right bits and bobs and tools and things. So I'm going to run you through basically just how to get them finished off now. So bear with me here, this is a first time ever using the GoPro. Not really sure of settings and things like that, so this could be totally terrible. It's not until it's actually ready to go in the video I'll know that, so just bear with me, keep that in mind. So yeah, there's I give us a wee quick skip here while I was getting the GoPro set up, sorry. Get the roughness cut off it, give it another wee key up. This here again, this here roughness, that'll help any eyes upon stick to it that's going to be going onto it. You can see there, you can see we've got our gap bridge there that we had before, and still got a nice good sized notch in it. So yeah, basically going to get these cleaned up a wee bit more with the belt sander, and then we'll get on to the next step, and that's for the eyes upon then. Here's a quick before and after. So there's before with all the bits and all sticking up everywhere, and it's all that shiny, and nothing would ever stick that there then if you'd put it on top of it. And that there's it sort of shaped down. As you can see, it's not actually a million miles away from being right. Just needs all this here obviously all smoothed down to where you can't see any of the joints and stuff like that there, so shouldn't be too much effort anyway. So Santa came for Big Dave, and as you can see there, nice wee box there from three-piece wheels. Yes, obviously this is no unboxing because those things were ripped open as soon as I get into the door. So yeah, they'll have some nice 4-inch wheel lips for my Minervas. I've been a bit of a pretender recently that these here tasty ones here are actually John's ones. Basically really looking forward to having my wheels sorted then, and I can give John his wheels back. He's actually looking rid of his wider 17s so he can get a set of 18s, because he's went full hot boy now and run the 17-18 staggered setup like some sort of Japanese drift pro. So there's the first skimmer filler on the mirrors. It is all you can see. It's an absolute nightmare of a shape to get at, so you just sort of had to fire it in there any shape and then get it shaped as best you can with a bit of sandpaper, or even I find one of the best things is like a half round file. You can file it down with it, and then you can actually, once you get the shape, use a skim of the light runny sort of filler, and then you can sand it with paper then, and you get a far better finish that way rather than leaving like that there for the pinholes and stuff. So I'm going to let them there dry, and then probably going to come back out maybe tomorrow night. The wife's working again, so that's wife working means Dave gets out to play in the garage without getting the ear bent off him. So they're all hardened up. We're going to take this real nasty wood file and quickly knock off the first rough parts of the filler on these here. There's no point spent wasting time with sandpaper right now, because there's going to be another skim has to go over this to finish it anyway. And this here is probably, I don't know what this would be equivalent of, maybe like, I don't know, like 20 odd grit probably, but it should be a lot quicker and better for shaping it too. So fast forward about 3 hours, and I'll show you the finished result. And there we can see the first skim is rubbed. Doesn't actually look too bad. That's our first one. The closer you can get it without there one means saying that the second skim, you're literally filling all these here. Don't know if you can actually see that in there. There's like a wee bit of roughness in there, just where it's a wee bit too low still. So yeah, that's the first one done, and didn't take too long really, so I'll get crack on with the next one here and then get ready for a skim of finishing glaze then. Well, that actually wasn't too bad, pretty painless, bar the sore fingers from getting in the wee niggly bits. Camera died on me there. I'll add a couple of, Yasser, sorry, I was going to add a couple of pictures I sent them here of the mirrors after the first skim of filler, and then this is them now after putting the finishing glaze on them. Finishing glaze more just to take out any of the pinholes and the last wee bit of final fine tuning, fine shaping and stuff. So that's it. You can see it goes on slightly smoother than that last filler, and it's not on just as heavy either, because obviously the bulk of the shaping is already being done with the other filler. So yeah, just going to get these here rubbed up, hopefully in the next hour or so, and then that's them done. This is real fiddly now because of trying to get your hands in here. Definitely feel like this is going to be me with a meeting. Sitting in a wee chair, selling Ganadaves for people instead of knitting. You know, you see your granny or whatever does a bit of knitting. Like, what does your grandma do? This is going to be my thing. Oh yeah, I know. There we go. So the rest is alive. I normally have music playing, but due to copyright issues, I can't actually play it on video, and so I'll just work in silence. So I got a wee bit carried away. Just finished rubbing the second mirror down, and even before I'd finished it, got a wee bit bored and decided to fire a wee bit of primer over the finished one. As you can see there, came out pretty nice. Still a couple of wee pinholes, like you can see there. A wee bit of reaction on primer, but that'll sand off anyway. That'll sand off, and then just need to nip a wee bit of filler into that wee pinhole. But other than that, it was more just to see what they look like and if they're right shape and all, and there's no funky bits, but I'm pretty pleased with that. And then the second one is that little heater drying off a bit. That there's turned out pretty spot on as well. As you see there, it doesn't have the action on it. So awesome, super pleased, and really can't wait to see them painted up. So there you go. There's the almost finished articles. I'm pretty chuffed with how they turned out. Bar the wee bits of primer that need flooded down stuff, but that should all come out of it anyway. And you can see that they're pretty nice and even and stuff too. The mirrors are actually slightly different shapes because of I'm not sure if I've said that in the earlier videos, but slightly different shapes anyway, so sure. The old metalworker motto is it can't like both sides at the same time. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you stuck it this far, unreal, thanks very much. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more of this kind of stuff. So cheers, that's us now.